Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. You joined me in the kitchen today. In this video I'm going to be talking about all of the things that I have recently purchased for Finn getting ready to wean. So Finn turned 6 months old last week, which meant that he can now start having sips of water and he can start weaning on purified products. This is very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to him trying food, because for Finley especially, he has been very curious for probably the last 2 months. I would say it's been quite a while. He's been very interested in actually wanting to try food, and he keeps looking at me and his dad when we're eating, and he's very hyper focused on what mummy and daddy are eating. So I thought in this video I would show you the bits and bobs that I have purchased, just to show you what I'm going to be using and that I've not gone like crazy excessive. So there are some beautiful different plates and bowls and everything that you can buy in the shops, and everybody has a different way of doing the foods. So I'll just explain how I'm doing Finley's foods. So this is part 1 of the video, because part 2 I'll actually show you some of the products that I bought when they actually arrive. But Finley currently at the moment has a milk allergy. Now you're probably thinking, why is she saying at the moment? Well, what happened was when Finley was born, every time we kept trying to give him milk, he was being sick. And he always had really bad cramping, and he was struggling to go to the toilet, and he just wasn't very well in himself. He wasn't losing weight or anything like that, but you could see there was some kind of allergy going on, and he was getting really dry skin. Anyway, after weeks and weeks of going backwards and forwards with the health care visitors and the doctors and everything, we finally got told that he had a milk allergy. So at the moment he's on Adaptamil Peptide 1 dietary management for cow's milk allergy. So this means obviously we're now waiting for a dietitian appointment. I haven't heard from them yet, so I haven't heard that we're going to get an appointment or anything, so I'm still waiting for that. But until we see the dietitian, I can't reintroduce any kind of dairy. Now, I have spoken about this with friends and family, and I've decided to wean him on things like fruits and vegetables. There's no reason, I think, that because we're waiting for an appointment on dairy, why he has to miss out on fruits and vegetables. And I think that it's good to start even with just things like mushed up peas or mushed up carrots or something like that, because I don't want him to get too used to the formulas. I know that his body needs that time to get used to eating like more, substantial foods rather than just milk. So I am going to wean him, but I'm only going to give him fruit and vegetables. Now, I have bought a product that will help me with making my own purees. So I will be making my own, but as Finley has a cow's milk allergy, I can't just pick up yogurt or anything like that for him. I've had to buy it from a company who does some dairy-free products, because I still want him to try yogurts, and I still want him to, experience like baby rice, and a lot of the products he can't have them because they've got milk powder in them. So I've had to find somebody, and they are a pretty well-known company, and in the next video I'll mention them in that one when I've got them. But I had to go and look for things where there was actually dairy alternatives, because I want to actually let him try different things, like the consistency of yogurt compared to purified food. So the first week I'm going to be setting him off on purified vegetables and fruit, so plain things, so carrot, peas, sweet potato and apples and pears. So once a day with these little pouches, I will give him a little bit of the purified mixture and see how he does with it. I'll also be making notes to see what stuff Finley actually is enjoying more, because he probably will have preferences, so that I know for when I'm making stuff in the future. And then after that week where he's just done individuals, then I'll introduce some ones where they're mixed together. So things like there's an apple and pear one, I think there's an apple and strawberry one, and there's a rhubarb and strawberry. He can start trying those once he's, sorry, I'm just checking that. Once he's had like a week of just trying the plain ones, and we'll see how that goes. I am looking forward to trying him on weaning food, because I think he'll just eat it. I don't think he'll, if he's fussy, that will really surprise me, because if I had to like say, is he going to be fussy or is he going to eat it, he's just going to stick his head in it, I think. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I got. So the first thing that I got was a silicone bib. Now, I was recommended these as they're really good for when they first start weaning and they maybe start eating finger food. Now, Finn obviously isn't at the point where he's going to be eating finger food, but that won't be coming up too long after, and it's got a pouch. So I've got one in a cute little dinosaur picture, because actually he doesn't actually have a lot of stuff with dinosaurs on. And then what I also picked up was these are waterproof bibs. So they're just kind of the same pattern, but when he's starting to try things and maybe they'll kind of go onto his bib, I think the material cotton ones that I have will stain, whereas these are just completely wipeable. So we've got a giraffe one that says I love you. We've got a little monkey, there we go, with little polka dots on. And then we've also, which I thought this one was really cute, a fire engine with a teddy bear, and that one's quite cute. So these weren't expensive at all. I think they're cheaper than the cotton ones that you get when they're newborn. I mean, obviously you can't rub their faces with these because they're like a plastic feel. But obviously when the food may be spat down or dribbled down, it won't stain like it would if you have the other ones. And then I'll just show you his sippy cups, because he's obviously going to start trying water now. It was so cute when he did it. And he just drank it as well. Good little boy. So he's got this one. So this is a little man one. This is cute with the little handles on. And when I gave him the sippy cup, he actually held it with his hands. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then this one he's been using today. So this is another little sippy cup. This is a Tommy TP one. And then the other one was a man one. So that one's quite cute and little. And then another one that I had, and these are just very standard ones, but you know, to the point, what you want. So this is another Tommy Tippy one, and it's just in blue, and it just opens like that, and then he just sips through it. I don't think this one has suction on it. I think it just dribbles out for him. Whereas the other two, I think you've got to try and like do it like you would the bottle. So there is little sippy cups. And then I've got a little Tommy Tippy tray for him. So basically that's just got on it like a little dog, cute little dog for when he starts trying different things. And then this is my favourite. So I'm a big, as everybody knows, I'm a big fan of Peter Rabbit. I don't know why I didn't do a Peter Rabbit bedroom. I don't know why. I think Finn likes safari because he loves lions. So I think I got it right. But I do love Peter Rabbit, and you can get Peter Rabbit themed stuff. But this plate is so cute. It's got a cute little picture of Peter there. And then you've got 2 little ears for more food. And then I've got a little Tommy Tippy bowl with a little frog in it, which is cute. This will probably be one of the first things that we use. And then they came in sets. So the weaning plate, and then I got the Peter Rabbit bowl as well in that set. So 2 bowls and 2 plates, which I think for now, while we're getting into everything, is fine. And then I did find this one as well. This is just a really cute little dinosaur plate as well, bowl. I thought this one was quite cute as well. And it comes with a matching spoon, so that he can have his food in there. Oh, but remind me to tell you about the spoon situation that I had. I'll tell you that at the end. The next thing that I also got as well is I got these. So these are freezable food cubes. Yes, you could probably just make ice cubes in them as well. But the reason why I got these was because I want to actually make Finn like my own foods. So I want to, you know, get some carrots, get some different vegetables, purify them up and make my own little pots of food. And I think that to keep them frozen is probably the best thing. So I can make them at the beginning of the week. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 ones in each. So that's 21. So actually you have got, if you have 3 meals a day, you've got 7 days worth of food if you did all 3 of them. So if I'm giving him like a couple of sample sessions, and then they come with these lids because obviously you don't want them not to be sealed in the freezer. And then they just seal up really nicely, and then you can put them in the freezer, and then when you're ready to get out some food that morning, you can just decide what you want. And I think the great thing is that you could do all different things. So you could blend an apple up and you could put a few pods with the apple in, and then you could blend up a carrot. You know, you could just do loads of different things. It doesn't have to be all the same. So that is essentially what I've got. I did get given this sippy cup as well. This was given to me the other week, and it comes with a lid, in which if you put the lid on and click it, then I'm a bit skeptical about this. Oh, it works. I hadn't tried it and I thought it was a bit risky trying it on camera. But basically it locks liquid in the cup. So that means that you can actually like drink from it and it doesn't like overpower your little one. But I think he's a bit too young for this one. So I'll just use these ones for now. And then the other thing I wanted to just quickly show you, he won't be using these until he's a bit older, but I was given this really beautiful toast and egg cup set. But obviously we're a bit of a way off eggs and toast at the moment, and I obviously want to get the all clear on all allergens because some children have allergies to eggs. So I want to just double check that we're okay with that. And then the last thing really that I want to show you is these attachable spoons. So these are for the Ella pouches that I'm going to be using. So you can actually attach the spoon onto the pouch if you're on the go, which I think is a really good idea. So these have all excitedly, sorry, I'm just putting them back while I'm here because it's just easier if I do that. So all of them have been washed and they are all ready to go. I am currently waiting on the food. So I have ordered it, and just for the first week, while I gain confidence, I'm going to actually let somebody else's products do the blitzing because I don't want to give him anything lumpy. So, but I will do a video on the products that I got, and I will give you a review on, well, my baby's review on the products. But that's all I've got, like I say, nothing excessive. I didn't buy hundreds and hundreds of cups and plates. To be fair, most of these were actually gifts. I received this one and this one from my mum. I think that someone else in the family bought me that other cup that I showed you, I got this one. But some of the plates and stuff as well were gifts when I was pregnant. So I've been lucky that I've not had to get everything. But I bought some spoons, some weaning spoons from a very well-known company. And when the spoons came, they had jagged plastic bits. They'd not done the spoon smoothly. So they'd left jagged bits on it. And, oh, I think little person's awake. So they had jagged bits on it and it wasn't very good. And I couldn't obviously let a child put the spoon in the mouth. I have complained about it. I don't actually know who the company is that do the spoons, but I have told the retailer that I bought them from. But anyway, enough about spoons. I just feel a bit con, that's all as well though, because I bought 12 of them. So I'm going to have to go get more weaning spoons. But anyway, enough about that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the weaning stuff. I'm very excited to start it. I think my little person has woken up from the little sounds I can hear. So I'm going to get on with that and see what he wants. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.